Would you mind just doing a quick test, please, before you come in?
Testing for COVID.
Thank you.
Wearing masks. A daily pandemic routine for all of us. But for around 500,000 immunocompromised people in the UK, like Imogen, it still is.
Hi, all clear?
Yeah, all good.
Any infection for her, even now, is potentially life-threatening. She's worried about another fixture of the last 3 years disappearing, the official NHS COVID app.
For people like me, the fact that we still need to think about being so careful and our lives are still so much on hold, absolutely we'd like things to be different. But they're not. COVID hasn't gone away, and stopping recording it and trying to ignore it isn't actually a public health strategy.
The app is estimated to have stopped millions of infections. This is a different phase of the fight. Nicola is one of the only patients on this COVID ward with a virus as a main cause of illness. She has diabetes, which makes her particularly vulnerable.
3 years ago, I was frightened. This thing was a monster, and I don't think people are as frightened of it now.
It's not as it was a couple of years ago.
Vulnerable groups are being offered booster vaccines this spring, but the NHS has largely shifted away from firefighting to planning for a virus that's here to stay.
When we see outbreaks or perhaps new variants of COVID come along, I think we do still have to be particularly vigilant at those times, because it will have an impact, as we discussed, on staffing and how we are able to look after people in hospital.
So this is the pass that I used at Junior Wimbledon doubles.
Tanisha only ever wanted to be a professional tennis player. This was her a month before she got ill. Now she is among 2 million people in the UK suffering from long COVID. And at just 21, she's been forced to retire.
I'm grieving my life, I'm grieving myself, because that loss of independence is so unsettling. It makes me almost want to cry, because I don't know if I'll ever be able to live a life where COVID and long COVID isn't at the back of my mind.
COVID is not as dangerous as it once was, but as the last of the pandemic protocols are removed, its potential impact shouldn't be underestimated or forgotten. Ashish Joshi, Sky News.